How many of you would like your kids coming to you and asking for more work to do around the house? Let me see your hands. Is that okay? Does that sound pretty good? Do you believe that's possible? It is possible. We're going to cover different aspects of this. The first part is going to be the key to motivating your children to work and to cooperate in the home. And then next we're going to cover the token economy. And lastly, we're going to talk about behavioral management as a science. There are some very, very powerful principles here that we should be learning about and that we don't know. At least we don't use them. And so as a result, we begin to holler and yell at our kids and try to get them to do things because they won't do it on their own. Is that true? You know that they're supposed to study and they don't do it, so what do? You get after them because you're a good parent and that's your duty. Is that right? And they have these hoodlum friends, and you don't want them to go with those hoodlum friends, so you tell them don't, and they're going to do what they want to do anyway, and so you start trying to what? Yeah, you correct them and you get after them and they don't appreciate that. Now I want to ask you, what is the secret of motivating kids? What is it? Do you know what it is? Do you have any idea what it is that is the secret to motivating everyone? Let me just tell you. All right, there's a boy. I'll give you this story. There's a boy, he's been lost in the desert for like 3 days. He's been up and down the ravines, lost. They've had helicopters out for him. Anyway, now they have found him, they've located him, and he's on his way home in his dad's truck. So they phone ahead on the cell phone. Mama, we found little Johnny, okay? And he's okay. He's a 17-year-old boy, but he sure is hungry and he sure is thirsty. Can you imagine that after 3 days? All right, so get his favorites ready, the waffles and the pancake and the hamburgers and everything that you know he would like. And so we'll have him eat as much as he wants when he gets home. Okay, so Mom starts to prepare. The boy comes in the door. Oh, Mom, where's he headed, people? Absolutely. He's headed for the water and he's headed for the food. And Mama says, wait a minute, sweetheart. We've been to parenting class. And this guy, Mr. Jones, has been talking to us. And what he said was, before you live in a home, you're supposed to build it. Mama, what does that mean? Well, it's a new program we've got. And you know, you haven't cleaned your room since you were 12. That's 5 years, son. And now, before breakfast every day, we're going to have our room cleaned. Oh, Mama, wait a minute. Come on, let me eat. What will he do? He says, I promise I'll eat, and then what? And then I'll do it. Mama says, remember the rule? What is it? Before you live in a house, you have to what? You have to build it. Before you wear a suit of clothes, you have to what? You have to sew it or whatever. And before you eat the strawberries out of the patch, you have to what? Pick them. The world is full of raw materials. And here we are. And so we're put here, and if we want coats and we want hats, we've got to make them or buy them. Do something. There is no free lunch. You don't get something for nothing. And that's the law of the universe. It's the law of the harvest. Ever heard of that? All right, so he comes in and says, Mama, please, just let me do this, and then I'll clean my room. Sound like your kids? And Mama says, we have a rule. What is it? Clean your room, and then we eat breakfast. Okay, so he runs in there, and he cleans the heck out of that room. How long do you think it takes him to clean the room if he's really hungry? And he's got it spick spot clean, and he comes in, Mama, my room is clean. She goes in there, and wow, she's never seen it clean like that before. And she's hollered and jumped and bribed him and threatened him and got angry and screamed that she was going to burn it out. It was a pig pen, but it didn't make any difference to him. But today he cleaned it. Now you tell me why he cleaned that bedroom so fast.
He was hungry.
He was hungry. Did he do it because he wanted to please Mama?
No.
Because he wanted to be a good boy?
No.
He wanted the world to be more orderly?
No.
That was his comfort zone. He just felt right with a clean room. Is that why he did it?
No.
Absolutely not. He cleaned it because he was hungry. And the only way he could do it, to get what he wanted, was to do what Mama wanted, which was clean the room. Now he comes in there and says, Mama, look, and she's just amazed, and Dad is just amazed. Wow, what a job, and how fast. And so they sat down and they fed him. In about half an hour, he had consumed like 10 waffles and 4 or 5 hamburgers and a whole thing of ice cream and root beer. And what's he feeling like now? No pain, huh? Well, pain a little bit. His tummy hurts. He's laying in the front yard, in the front room there, on his back, trying to stretch his tummy out. It kind of all hit together. And Daddy says, Mama, what's the great secret? How'd you get that boy to do that? People, what is the great secret? What is the power that we can apply to make sure our kids are motivated? And if you don't know what that is, you're lost. Okay, what is the word? It's a 4-letter word. It starts with N and ends with D and has 2 E's. Need. You guys are really smart. Okay. Need. All right, I want to ask you something. Why do you put on a coat? Why do you sit down for dinner? You have a need. Is that true? Needs motivate us. We are needy beings, and we have lots of needs. And when our needs are met, we're happy. And when our needs are not met, we are in pain, and we move away from pain to need satisfaction. Is this making any sense? Does it? All right. Why do you go to the bathroom? You gotta go, and you gotta go, you gotta go. All right. But the idea is you need to. And if you haven't been to the bathroom for 3 or 4 days, I want to tell you, you got nothing else on your mind. You're looking for a John. Does that make sense? And you don't want to eat anymore, do you? You want to go horseback riding? You want to go to a party? What do you want to do? Take care of this what? Need. And needs become very demanding. And there's a hierarchy of need. And you put a guy underwater, what does he need? Air. And he fights, man. Is that true? So we have physical needs. We have emotional needs, spiritual needs, intellectual needs, right? Am I making any sense? Oh, yes. Now, when you are not having your needs met, you are in pain. If you don't have air, what? If you don't have food, you don't have water, you don't have social stuff, you don't have clothes, you don't have a house, you don't have any food, you are needy. And so then you move to satisfy your needs because need deprivation equals pain. Need satisfaction equals happiness. So everything you do in life is to satisfy a need. Everything you do there's a reason for it. Everything, the farmer plants with what? The end in mind. You build a house, you came here today with certain ends in mind. Is that true? And those ends. Now you sit there for a little while and you're new here, but in a little while, after a couple, 3 hours here tonight, your rear end's going to start to take roots. Okay? And you're going to get numb on one side and then you shift to the other side. And you scratch your head and you say, everything you do, all behavior has a purpose and a payoff or you stop it. And that's with kids too. And if you haven't got motivated kids, they don't have any what? Need. That's right, they don't have any need. All right, let's go on with this. Big need, big motivation. Little need, little motivation. No need, what? No motivation. All right.